Good morning, guys. It's about 5:30 and we got a little bit of scraping and bedding here at the home farm to get done. Switch the spreaders on the tractor because I'm going to be hauling some liquid manure today with the 4440 out of the pit up at the second heifer farm, and I'm also going to feed up there. We're going to get the bagger turned around and some chopping today, so let's get to it. So this early in the morning, all the heifers are still laying down over here. So we'll get this side scraped, and then they'll start getting up and doing their thing, and then we'll put them on this side then and scrape the other side. So let's get at her. They got all the heifers. They're all on that side now, and the gates are shut so we can scrape. Right into here. Turn around. Push her all in the pit down there. That is currently empty. We always scrape with the LS 170. So we got her scraped out. Now I went ahead and pushed the feed up then in the big barn, and we'll get everybody opened back up. A couple of them probably want to go lay back down for another hour or so, because they won't get fed for about an hour and a half yet. We're gonna go ahead and haul this load of manure from last night and switch the spreaders before we got light. That way when I got light, I can bed with straw then and whatever. We got some corn silage here that we chopped. We just put a 100 by 9 foot bag up. We had our local ag bag. We had them boys bring us a bagger because the other one's up at the other farm. It'd be a lot of screwing around just to bring it back and put, 14 loads or however much we put in the bag. So we got the bale 4440 and the 2044 over here loaded down. About a mile to go with the load. We're on up the road to the north. The heifer farm that we're going to is to the south, and we're going to be hauling at that farm. We just chopped some sedan grass yesterday, and we're going to haul it up there because that'll be going to Triticale then this fall. Hauling. Watched, it would have been 2 videos ago when we were chopping second and third cutting. This is one of the 2 fields that are third cutting, and we took them off and got them sprayed, killed the alfalfa off. It was a real thin stand, and we're hauling manure on them right now, and then we're going to come in and no-till Triticale in this fall. So we got the spreader switched back here and bedded up pen 3, and hopefully I'll have enough straw in the pen still tonight. We'll have to see, but hopefully I can get the straw pen pack scraped tonight and bedded up good when I get back. I'd like to get this all cleaned out today, but I kind of doubt that's going to happen if I go back to bed up and we're chopping, but I'll try to get a good dent in it. We're going to take 1 load out, and then we're going to scrape and feed, and then I'll keep working and hauling it out. I probably won't have a whole lot of time because I gotta scrape and put sand in and feed. So, in case we do, we're already up here. That way, we're up here ready to go. So, we're So this is what we got. This here pretty liquid, soupy stuff. Really haven't had any go in the pit. It all just come out this way since it was so soupy after I cleaned some out there that one day. But we'll get some of this out, that way we got room to scrape so it doesn't go down in there and kind of make a weird mess. So, oh yeah, looks like a lot of just thin and soupy. So get her loaded up. We're bagging right over there, tractor and wagon. Actually right there is a new to us tractor that I haven't shown anybody, but you know. So now we have 3 of one model of tractor. Some of you may already know. Deer here fired up. Haven't seen much of this lately. It stays up at this farm. So let's get ripping. So we're feeding right now. I'm mixing up the feed. I got the cattle moved so I can go scrape then. But we got some corn silage coming out of the silo, getting towards the end. A little bit juicy here since it's at the bottom. And silo's almost out, that's why it's coming straight out. It's not coming down the chute because we're actually almost at the clear bottom. This silo's a 16 and then it's 72 foot tall. And then we're mixing in, because this is the triticale, yeah. Some nice corn there. Silo unloader's in there. So it's going around and bringing this feed out, and it goes right into the mixer. So we're done feeding up here. I'm about a third of the way done scraping her out into here. But we got the feeding done. It's all in the bunk now. And so we run it through the mixer to mix up. We got some supplement. I didn't show you guys that, but mix that up in with the triticale and corn, and you got a nice mix here. Actually a piece of corn right there. So this conveyor belt here goes down, and it's like a big arm. If you like stick your arm out, basically, it just kicks it off and puts it down right under the bunk, and it's all nice and even the whole way down through. When I get done scraping and putting sand in, the cattle come back and eat, and when they get done, they'll go lay down for the rest of the day probably. So we got the tire scraper. So the advantage with this, like it's real soupy like it is, it's kind of got a C shape to it. So a big tire cut in half, and then that'll help you keep the manure contained where you need it to be in the bucket. You just kind of pushing it around everywhere. So this helps you out there some, especially on your straightaways. So anyways, we'll get back to scraping. I'll show you a little bit. just got our 4th load loaded up here. And I got all the sand put in, let the cattle back. I had to go home and help Dad get the hood off of the new tractor. We're gonna put he's gonna put a radiator in it. It hasn't really had a whole lot of like small, like it's just a 4430 that anything special, you know. So there's a lot of small things that need a radiator on it because we're planning on putting it on the bagger. So that way it'll stay cool. So he's gonna put that in while the dew's still burn off because it's 11 o'clock and there's still a little bit of dew yet. So I think it's just about burnt off, but there's still some on there. So not gonna be able to rake for another half hour or so. We're spinning, boys. Holy smokes. We got a big load back there. Bunch of solid sand. Holy macaroni. She's fully loaded. Heavy. Dad said my window's dirty, but I tell him it doesn't matter because half the time I haul manure, it's at night anyways. So you can see out this window, so that's all. You see the difference? Yeah, there's quite a difference. I don't know what ODOT's doing. They're going down the road right now, sweeping it off, I guess. They can sweep the manure off the road then that I got on there. It's nice up. But yeah, my window's dirty from all the dust in the driveway and in the fields. Mostly just in the driveway. We're just putting her in C1. Probably should even go slower, but this is really dry matter, organic matter mixed in with some heavy sand, because we put some sand out in the lots for them to lay on, and also for them so they don't slip when they come out of the pen and when they're walking around, just to keep them more stable. So there's a lot of sand in that. Now if this was like straw pen packed or sawdust, it's really light. It's a lot lighter because it's nice and fluffy, sometimes it doesn't work the best. Sometimes you try to do that, but it's going real good. Can't complain. But yeah, just keep hauling her. But I'm gonna start backing into the pit. Actually, the way we usually do it, I'm load on the other side, but I'm gonna have enough room with this spreader. I'm gonna load on the other side to save me some time, so I'm not driving up and down the ramp so much. So I'm gonna try that. It should work out pretty nice. That way you just turn 90 degrees dump. You're not driving up, you know, a good 50, 60 feet every time, you know, it's 15 times. So 30 times to get the spreader full. We put about 13, 15 scoops in, just depending on how dry the manure is. So it is the second load now that we're backing in here. This will be our 12th load out of here. We got this area here. This is all cleaned out. And then we got the area over here, which I can dump on this side then too. Once I get done, I'll do this side over here first. Get this cleaned up, and got a nice little spot right here to turn, dump it in. Got cleaned out as far down in there. I got a little bit up there. I'll probably leave that towards the end. There's not a whole lot there. It's real soupy under there. Holds moisture, but I can get that out later. But we'll set you guys up. You guys can watch me. And it's kind of a chill home manure day, boys. That was just under 5 minutes from the time I started the camera till now, and that was with some cleanup. So about 4 minutes to load the spreader is pretty good, especially with a smaller skid loader like that and a decent sized spreader and liquids. So you got soupier manure, so it takes even longer. Fenders are doing good. So is everything else. So, you know, I got stuck with the skid loader. I probably couldn't tell anybody and they'd never know, but we got her pulled out. Yeah, I was coming up here, getting this manure, you know. Well, she starts to get real soft over here, and it started drifting this way. And the bucket wouldn't push me out because I was on the edge of the concrete. And she just got hung up right here beside the lagoon. And then it was right against the post, so it wasn't gonna go any farther that way. So I just unhooked the spreader and we got her out now. Gave her a couple tugs, and then I had to get in the skid loader and move it back a little bit, and then get the back end ripped around because it was caught on this curb right here. It was right on the other side of the curb. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have been able to sneak out. But we got her out. Now we can go back to doing what we was doing. It'll be time to chop here pretty soon if we're gonna chop today. Yep, thought I'd show you that. So we got stuck. So we got about a load left in the pit, but it's a little before 4 right now. I just brought in the first load. The field we're chopping is up by the home farm, so we're bringing it this way. But every year we have to bring some from either on the mountain or down towards home because there's not a lot of land with this farm compared to the amount of cattle that we got at this farm. So we're starting off the bag here, and then Justin's running the other wagon, so the chopper's going to be waiting about a third of the time because we don't have enough people to run the third wagon right now. So we'll get her though. Since we're done bagging with the 1066, we got the 4430 on it right now. I'm using the 4240, and Justin's running the 4430 power shift on the other wagon that we're running. Getting filled up right now. Just got all the outside rounds off, and we're on our first round doing the inside. It was pretty thick stuff. Some of it was actually as tall as the tractor, but a lot of it was about the height of the hood on the tractor, like it is right here. It's a little shorter. But the first cutting off this field wasn't very good at all, but this one's got quite a bit in it, so that's good to see. It looks pretty dry, but there's still quite a bit of moisture in there, so no problems there. So we ended up with like 9-10 loads after we finished up. So we got her done. The field that we needed to get done. Dumped a little bit out right there, because I'll feed some tonight. No sense in running it through the bag. I can feed some of that out, and I'm gonna feed again up here because it's, I don't know, 7 o'clock or so now. Dad's already got corn silage in when I was working on this while he was waiting on me to come back. I'll get this finished up. Probably have to make 2 trips, which is fine. I might just take the last little bit home with me. I'll probably end up doing that. And got this all cleaned up. We got a good dent in the work done today. I think the heifers still have a decent amount of feed left here. Yeah, they got a little bit. They're still cleaning it up, so there's not a big hurry to feed. They're still, oh yeah, they got feed left. So we'll let them clean that up, and then we'll feed them a new batch. So they're still eating from this morning, which is good. It's good to have a little extra than not enough. So I'll probably actually just do all this other stuff and feed last, since they're still feeding there. There's no reason to feed right away. Dad might just have to feed 7 scoops in the morning then if I feed 8 again tonight. So yep, got the skid loader out and all them shenanigans today, but thanks for riding along with me today, seeing what I get to do. Not every day, but once in a while. Yep, it's always good to see this cleaned out. So anyways, let's get to it. We just got done hauling load 16, so we're going to be done hauling manure in this field for about 3 weeks at least. And if I do haul more manure, I may haul it on the corn stalk. We will see though. I got exactly half of this field done, I would say. I didn't like to lay it on super thick because there's going to be no-tilling in here. And you have the whole field, so there's no reason to put it all on one side. So got that done. I got probably just a little under 1 load left, but it'll be pretty close. There probably will be a full load. I'm going to clean the ag bag up. I scraped again while I was up here. That way I have a full load, and it wasn't going to quite come out right anyways. And it's been 12 hours since I scraped anyways, so I did that while the feed was running out. I just got a little bit extra. That way, don't have to feed quite as much in the morning. And scrape the big barn is my plan right now. And I'd like to at least get half of it bedded. I'm thinking I'm going to bed 9 and 10 tonight. And then tomorrow I can scrape 10-5 and bed the rest of it is what I'm thinking. But we'll just have to see how much daylight we got left by the time I get home. All I'm in our... So we are now done hauling manure for the night. It's probably a little after 10:30. I started at 5:30, so it's been quite the day today. I gotta put straw in all the pen packs here at home that take straw. So that is the breeding pen 5, and 3 of the younger heifer pens, 7, 8, and 10, and then a pregnant heifer pen 9. So I'll do that, and I'll be done, but you guys won't be able to see anything, so I'll just wrap the video up, and yeah, thanks for riding along. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.